Morning, VC. All right, it's year end, so tons of videos always to do around this time of year. Wrapping everything up. I might try to do a 2024 reissue video today. It's not one I've thought about too much. I'm trying not to buy as many reissues these days, but we'll see how that one turns out. I'm not sure how many records I'll do for that. I did the kind of the best of the year for me yesterday. It was nice to pull all those records because it was a hell of a good year for new music, even though I don't get a lot of it, but it was some really good, diverse stuff. So yeah, we'll see what there were some pretty solid reissues this year, so we'll see what that looks like. I've got just a few kind of odds and ends that I've picked up or have come in recently. Kind of always happens at the end of the year. I don't think I've shown any of these other than maybe one of them. Well, actually two of these made my year-end list for best of the year because they were ones I got late here this past week. So we'll show those again, just kind of fit into the finds video deal here. I've got a big dig in Rochester coming up, so that's going to factor into best finds of the year. So I'll do that after I get back from Rochester, because there's always great stuff in that town to find. There's 3 really solid record stores there, and I guess a 4th. And honestly, we never make it up to Great House of Guitars, because it's all the way up near the lake, and that place is a pain in the ass to dig through. But it's a great store. I every now and again I get nostalgic and need to go in there and go through the horrors of their media down in the basement. But we'll see what happens this year. I don't know if we'll have time for that. We normally start at Record Archive, then go to Bop Shop, and then Hi-Fi Lounge, and then there's another one on Monroe somewhere. So we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't mind going to Great House of Guitars, but then when I get in there, I'd rather spend all my money on a guitar. So it's dangerous, very dangerous. It's one of the best guitar stores on the planet, no doubt about it. But to the records, first package that came in, it took them a while to ship it, but I guess that's their MO. Dom turned me on to a website. I guess this shop in Chicago has decided they're going to put a bunch of stuff up for good deals on the interwebs, and they had some very interesting 45s. And what's nice about this shop, I got to give them credit for this. They put up sound samples of their 7-inches on there, which is a hell of a service to do, because there was a lot of North African 7-inches, rare 7-inches, and you could listen to them right on their website. So I went through a few of them. There was some Moroccan stuff, which I dig. I have some Moroccan 7-inches. And I really dig the music from that area of the world. And Dom knew that, and that's why he sent me the link. But I found one from Algeria. Or it's from an artist called Amir Kobi. And this is on a French label. What's the name of the label? I can't tell you the name. Something about the Sahara is the name of the label. I can't recall. It's not listed on the record. This is missing the picture sleeve. But so it was a good price. But there's really fantastic vocals and guitar playing on this, and it was pressed. A lot of this North African stuff was pressed by French labels. I think it was Voice of the Sahara is the name of the label. And so there's 2 sides here. Mohammed Ijan Yamas is on the A side, and on the B side is Gada Levav. this is absolutely fantastic to be able to have something like this and be able to listen to it. Just something unique from another area of the world, you know. Love the, you know, the stuff from Niger, the desert rock there, and this stuff from Algeria. The vocals are really good. The style of the guitar playing is exquisite. I think I lean more into the Moroccan stuff just because they use keyboards and stuff, and it gets really pretty cool. That's a cool 7-inch, really cool, and it's original. And then they had this. This is an original Crass 7-inch on Rough Trade from 1980, UK, first press. It's a split with another band here. So it's and this is the real deal, how they made their records. So cool. Yeah, this is Poison Girls with Crass. So some anarcho-punk. So you got Crass, well, Crass on the A side and Poison Girls on the B side. I believe that's how it goes. Damn good shit. And their packaging is always really cool. And it always says, don't pay more than 70 pence for this. And the 7-inch sleeve folds out into a poster. Really, really, really cool. Happy to get this. Not something you find in the States very often. OG Crass stuff from the UK, especially 7 inches. It's the only one I've ever found. So that was a cool one to find. I think it's songs are what, Bloody Revolutions and Persons Unknown. Crass, Poison Girls, some dope UK anarcho-punk. Next, this I guess was a pre-order and I missed out on it. I don't know how, because I look at Permanent Records all the damn time out in Los Angeles and what Lance has to offer. Maybe it's because they're always putting out their own releases or stuff they do with Riding Easy or whoever. But this is one of their house bands is the Theocis. They used to be a San Francisco-based band, but they moved to LA some years back, and they did a show live at the Permanent Records Roadhouse, and they recorded it and put it out on double vinyl and only pressed 200 copies. And I ended up being able to get one of the last copies, I guess. And fantastic. This band, so good. There's a nice insert. I love everything they do, and they do all kinds of different styles at times. They've had some duds lately too. Don't get me wrong; they put out so much material, but this is great. And really cool labels and colored vinyl. Only 200 copies. There might be a few still left, so there might still be time to get one of these. Yeah, I think the other one's a different color. Hold on, is it a different color? I think they're both the same. Well, this one's a little more. I don't know. I think they're the same. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I've seen this band a few times. John Dwyer is a freaking legend. I love his guitar. He's got this clear-bodied guitar, and he plays it up here, up high, and just absolutely throws down. So much groove with this band. They use the double drums, 2 drummers, full kits, usually in sync and just crushing. Such a great band. This is just a nice kind of intimate deal for them at Permanent Records at the Roadhouse. So that one's, it's different. It's cool to have. I don't get every single thing this band puts out because I'd be living in a homeless shelter. I don't know how a completist keeps up with this band. And I think Dom is actually a completist with OCs. Ooh, God bless you, sir. That is a task. I've got a lot, don't get me wrong, but I started in with these guys late, maybe I was still living with my friend Joe when I started collecting OCs, so that's been some years. But there was a ton even before I started collecting their stuff. And then there's Coach Whips, and there's all the other John Dwyer projects that are all pretty good. So that's all the more stuff to collect. If you here's the thing: if you love collecting vinyl and collecting records, and you're into kind of heavy psychedelic stuff that absolutely rocks, OCs is for you. And it's fun. It is fun to collect their records, for sure. But there's so many side projects now that have, because they got big, have spawned off. And some of it's good, like I said. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. There was one record I returned it because it was a toilet. It had a cat on the cover, like artwork, or I forget what it was. That record did not need to be released. I think it was a pandemic made record, so you're locked indoors with a lot of drugs, and sometimes most of the time drugs equals great music. This time it did not. But anyway, cool to get that. Staying in LA. This came in, and this was in my top records of the year. This is from Henry Derrick Ellis and his band Calm. Real heavy melodic doom. They've changed some members over the years, but Henry Derrick is the staple of this band, and his guitar playing is killer. Progressive doom infused with melodic black metal is what it says on the hype sticker. I guess that's what you could say. But this is Grave Impressions of an Unbroken Arc. It was a pre-order. I probably pre-ordered it in the spring or early summer, and it took a while. But it's a Canadian company that's pressing this, so you have to wait on the band to get them from Canada. That's a whole other thing. But the pressing's great. This sounds really good. It's 4 long, killer, heavy tracks. I would love to see this band live. But I'm thinking they only really ever can play in the LA area. But yeah, Calm, Grave Impressions of an Unbroken Arc. One of the best of the year for me. If you're into heavy music, this is some essential business, I would say. Not something I normally show on this channel, I guess, when I show all the jazz all the time, but I mean, I'm into a lot of different things. Speaking of being into different things, I don't know if anybody here knows, I wish I could even tell you the channel name. So I just watch him because it's Dennis from Refused. The lead singer, he had a massive heart attack this year, and we almost lost him. It's I mean, he's a skinny guy like I am, and looks to be in good health. I think he's a vegan. He takes care of himself. He's just got a hereditary heart condition. Like, I guess his dad, his grandfather, his great-grandfather, all have died from heart complications. It's just sometimes genes and how you're made up that's passed down from your parents is just what you're going to be dealing with when you get older. And he's my age. I'm 51. I think he's 52. Luckily, when he had a heart attack, he was in a hotel getting ready to start touring with Refused for their reunion tour, and that hotel was like literally almost next door to hospital. And so he had a friend, they found him, and he was able to get really good urgent care quick and get surgery, and he's still with us. But he's been doing a vinyl community channel, and he's kind of like the Tied Down TV guys in a way, as he usually does top 10 lists for his videos, like, hey, this is the top 10 of whatever I'm going to do this time. Which, if you specialize in doing that type of video and you do it well, it's cool. And his videos are great, and his knowledge is immense. His record collection's incredible. I mean, he's got the funds to be able to go get some of the heavy pieces. He's got some of the rarest 7 inches, for punk, that kind of stuff. And when he speaks, you listen. when it comes to punk music, and he did his hardcore best of 2024 hardcore punk records. There's a lot of stuff I didn't recognize. Him being in Sweden, and Pulse on the European stuff and the British stuff and all that kind of thing, that no one pays attention to that shit here in the States as much. And so watched his list. A couple things I checked out, it was okay. But then his number one, and he stressed, I don't care, this is my hardcore punk list, but this isn't really hardcore. I'm still putting it number one. Okay, let me check this out. Band High Vis. This is the album Guided Tour out of the UK. This is a great, great band. Solid band. Some hardcore leanings in the music, definitely, but it's not. I wouldn't call this hardcore punk. There's some really good melodic guitars, great songwriting, smart lyrics. This is a good band. Like, this would be a great band to see live. High Vis Guided Tour. It was his number one of the year, and I listened to it online, and I got just halfway through 2 songs. I was like, yeah, I need to get this. And they had 1 copy left at Lunchbox, and I got it the other night, and it's the limited version on the Smoky Clear. Sounds really good. This was pressed very well. Great packaging on this record. I wish I could tell you the label. I think it's a small label. Deis, or it's D-A-I-S. I don't know how it's said. I think it's the label. D-A-I-S label. So Deis Records. Pressed in the Czech Republic. Good pressing. Very happy with this purchase. And of course, I went into Lunchbox to get just this record, and I can never just leave with one record. So they had on the end cap, they had this record, obviously a reissue, and I'm never gonna buck up for an original on this record because it's $1,000 and up for one in good shape with the banana unpeeled and all that kind of business, and a torso cover, all the bells and whistles and dumb shit. So yeah, pick this up. It's an official reissue from 2023. Gatefold on the Warner Group put this out, I believe, or Universal. So yeah, it's done as nicely as it could be, and it's like a clear vinyl. Velvet Underground and Nico, with the famous Andy Warhol cover. I've been getting into the Velvet Underground, so I needed this record, and so this is going to be my copy. I'm not going to seek out anything else unless one early pressing for cheap in decent, like, if I'll get a VG copy, I'd be happy with that. Falls in my lap for cheap, you know what I mean? But so for now, this is what I'm going to have. Really well done official reissue. There's a lot of bootlegs of that. And then in the used jazz, I found this record, and I pick up anything I find on this label. That's the Polski Muza Nagrania label, Polish Jazz Series. This is the Andrzej Czachowski Quintet. I believe Mr. Minko of the Polish Mafioso just found an original copy of this, or just acquired an original copy. But I got this. Thomas Stanko's on trumpet on this, one of my favorites to ever do it, out of Poland. All Polish players, of course, here. Fantastic jazz. This was recorded in 1965. I mean, the stuff that the Polish players was doing in the 60s, to me, was on par with anything else. Really, really innovative, solid playing. You can almost, you're in a European style. It's definitely got its own edge to it. All these different Polish groups. Everything I've gotten has been fantastic. They started pushing, I don't want to say the word fusion, but they would push that kind of stuff forward later. Let me see if I have any records sitting close here for the Polish jazz label. Yeah, like this one. This is one Chris Cole turned me on to. This is some fantastic shit. Namislowski's on alto on this. One of the best alto players out of Poland. But this is just pushing the boundaries a little bit of music. 1981, so of its time. This is Krzysztof Zraja Laukun. Great label. The Polish jazz stuff. This is a reissue. This is a reissue from 2016. The only reissue that was ever done for this on vinyl, I believe. And this goes for a little bit of money. This was $20 at Lunchbox. I think there's one copy online for probably 60 some bucks. So I was happy to find it. Let me see what I can show you. They did replicate the Musa label, identical to the original. Yeah, love these labels. That's kind of winding this video down here. Like I said, I've got some more that'll be coming to the end of the year. We'll do the best finds of the year. That'll include things like this hardcore piece right here. The finds in Rochester, other such records. There's two of my best finds of the year are still en route. One I might not get till next year. One it's hit town, but I have to get it when I get back. Got the Crazy Lemmer record coming from Mr. Lemmer from the UK. Thanks to Dom pointing out that he's selling that record directly through his own website. Dead stock copies from God knows when. The Lemmer, the crazy record he did with the African deal, playing, I think he's playing Moog or something. It's a really bizarre record. It has nothing to do with like the ESP disc record. And Dom just got a nice copy of that Lemmer record on ESP disc. I think Joe's found one too. Joe found one at Hudson Valley Vinyl, I believe. This record, the best ESP disc record ever released, and it almost never got put out because the owner of ESP disc, being a fucking surly dumbass, had shelved this and hadn't put it out. I can't remember. I read the book. There's something happened that finally got him to get this out for Peter Lemmer and the quintet there. This is an incredible record. Top 5 jazz record all time for me. But the other record that he did, it is nowhere near sounding like that. But it's a cool record, so that's coming. And then Alex put in an order with the shop in Montreal. I call it Aux 33 Tours, but it's Au Trois Trois Tour or whatever. I don't know how it's said in French Canadian or whatever the hell they speak up there in Kieran territory. Dom can say it really good. I can't. I don't know. But they have great records. Their prices are high, but when the dollar's strong against the Canadian dollar, and when you do a bulk order, you save on shipping all the way around. So Alex was kind enough to say, hey, I'm ordering from them probably through their Discogs or website. Look and see what they have, and then send me the money and we'll put in a bulk order. So I found a really great record with Akira Sakata from Japan on sax. Him and the drummer, it's a trio with a pianist. Piano led technically, but it's not led by the piano. It's Sakata, fire breathing fire between him and the drummer. Holy fucking shit. Obi strip, I think the insert's there too. That's probably going to be my second best find of the year, which might arrive next year. So that's kind of where we're at. Hope everybody's well. Peace.